I don't know Mr. Cohen.
Yep.
I've followed him. I suspect he doesn't get invited to too many parties. Mr. Bragg, I don't know him either. My observation is that if you want to hide something from him, you put it in a law book.
How can you not love this guy? All right, as you know, over here on this program, our favorite senator is Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana. He's a good conservative. He's whip smart. He knows how to handle people in his committee and ask just the right questions. And, well, he's hilarious. And so we thought you'd enjoy him appearing this morning on Fox and Friends to talk about the trial of Donald Trump in that fair town.
What do you make of what they're doing on some of the other channels where they recreate what was going on inside the courtroom?
Well, first, where's Kilmeade today?
He's in Washington. You guys have switched places.
Well, Lawrence and I were speculating that he's really out getting hair plugs. but I don't want to start.
I'm sorry. How can you not love this guy? That's fantastic. First of all, where's Kilmeade today? I think he might be good. And he drags Lawrence into it. Well, we were speculating he's getting hair. By the way, full disclosure, there's nothing wrong with hair plugs. I am living proof.
He's really out getting hair plugs. but I don't want to start a rumor.
Joe Biden is the only person that I know actually had hair plugs.
Let me answer your question. Here's my impression. I don't know Mr. Cohen.
Yep.
I've followed him. I suspect he doesn't get invited to too many parties. He reminds me a lot of Michael Avenatti, sort of a grifter type. I'm not saying Mr. Cohen has never done the right thing, but if he did, it was because he was probably constantly supervised and cornered like a rat.
Mm-hmm. New York Times poll we talked a little bit about yesterday showed that in 5 of the 6 battleground states, Donald Trump is actually leading today. If the election were held today, Donald Trump would be president.
Well, that's what this trial is all about.
Well, here's the question. Do you think Donald Trump will be able to get a fair and impartial trial? And a plurality, 49%, said no.
Well, this trial, I think, says more about our politics than it does about our alleged crime. Mr. Bragg, I don't know him either. My observation is that if you want to hide something from him, you put it in a law book. He's bringing a felony criminal trial, but he hasn't proved a felony. Here's why.
I'm gonna let you continue. That's a good moment to pause it real fast for 2 reasons. First of all, I'm told now this was actually yesterday's Fox and Friends, so I apologize for that. But secondly, did you miss that line? Because that is a brilliant line. I don't know a lot about this Mr. Bragg, but if you want to hide something from him, put it in a law book. Who writes this stuff for him? I'm jealous. If he came up with that himself, I just bow. I bow to him in awe. All right, so here we go. By the way, how great is that shot right there?
I think most fair-minded Americans look at President Biden and they say, well, he's old. His vice president's weak. His policies suck. His family has corruption problems. And he's losing the election. Mm-hmm. So he has decided to throw deep, as the vice president might say, kick down the effing door and prosecute his opponent.
Now, you told me during the commercial timeout, you think Kamala Harris using the F-bomb yesterday, that was a calculation. It was focus tested, and they decided this is how she's going to break out.
Well, at this point in the election, having been through a few myself, everything that the president and vice president do is to try to appeal to their base because that's their soft underbelly. But here's the thing. Most Americans look at this and go, no other human being on the face of God's green earth would be charged with this other than Donald Trump. So why is he being charged? Mm-hmm. Political reasons. And this is not supposed to happen in America. It establishes a horrible precedent This is the sort of thing, I've said this before, that happens in countries whose Powerball jackpot is 287 chickens and a goat. We don't do that in America. And this has established a horrible precedent. This may be the first purely political trial, but it will not be the last, I regret to say.
You know, you remember the summer of 2020, there was a lot of unrest in the United States. A lot of localities decided to adopt soft on crime policies. And this guy right here, Senator Kennedy, has actually written a great op-ed on foxnews.com. You can check it out, Fox News Digital.
Thank you.
Where you talk a little bit about how it's gotten so bad in a number of places, including the state of Oregon. We've got a graphic for you. Before they went soft on crime, there were 610 overdoses when it comes to hard drugs. And then in 2022, look at that, 127% increase because they were trying to make it easier and decriminalize hard drugs. Now they realize that was stupid, and they're trying to put the genie back in the bottle.
What you allow is what will continue. And I don't know why this is, but there's some people in this world, they're not sick or mixed up or confused. They just hurt other people and take other people's stuff. And they have to be separated from society. Mm-hmm. Some of them are on drugs. You want to try to help them with their addiction. But when you just say, well, we're going to give them a hug and some hot cocoa, they go on to commit other crimes. And that's what Oregon is seeing, and San Francisco and Illinois.
And you're sponsoring a bill.
I have a bill. Right now, we punish fentanyl dealers less severely than we do dealers of meth.
Yeah.
It's unconscionable. And my bill would change that, but I can't get my Democratic colleagues to support me.
All right. Senator Kennedy, thank you very much for joining us live. I think you and Brian may actually cross trails going back, probably in Wilmington.
I don't need a hair plug.
Stop it.
Dang, that is just rough. Take it easy on us if we got hair plugs. Nothing to laugh about. That's brilliant. And that last part is incredibly important there, where they talk about the crime problem in this country. It should be a major issue in this election. The Democrats are on the wrong side of it. And here's Senator Kennedy trying to get Democrats to work with him. This is a great lesson for all of the Republicans who are just hell-bent on getting Democrats to work with. I reach across the aisle. I tried. It's a pretty simple proposal. Let's punish fentanyl dealers at least to the level that we do for meth dealers, and Democrats won't go along with it. Because what? Systemic racism? What? Because it's going to be hard on Hunter Biden? What? Listen, there's two different ways in this country right now and two philosophies of going after criminals. One of them's working and one of them isn't. And the one that isn't is playing out every single day in states like Oregon or New York or California, states run by the Democrats. It's that simple. It really is that simple. Great stuff. And great stuff from Senator Kennedy, as always. Hate toward people with hair plugs aside.